What's up, guys? It's the Transylvanian, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about all sorts of stuff, including DSBM and why it is the snooziest, most boring genre of black metal, so let's get into it. Anyways, I'm going to start off with that. I'm actually going to start off with the DSBM, and then we'll move into some other stuff that I saw in the comment section of my videos, and I got a little story time for you at the end. It's a good one. So with this depressive black metal stuff, to me, man, it's like some people actually really like this stuff. That's what surprises me. Like, to me, it's just stinky no riff black metal. Like, it's total boredom. Like, no riffs, no excitement, no aggression, just snoring my ass off. And I don't understand it for that particular reason. But one album that I actually did like in that category was All Happiness Ends from the band Happy Days. And the reason that album intrigued me is because it had actual riffs. Yes, it was slower paced. It's definitely something I could put on before bed to take a nap to, but it's at least exciting enough. There's some riffs in it. A lot of the DSBM stuff that I heard, like the silencer and shit like that, dude, it's snoozy as fuck. Like, I don't know how anyone could like that. I really don't. Now, in terms of the theme, like the depressive stuff, like suicide and death and like being alone and stuff like that, do I think that fits into the category of black metal? Yes, absolutely. But I think it would be better if they made it just a little bit more aggressive. Like, I don't get the slow, like, boring shit. Like, if you want to make depressive black metal, like, make that your theme, at least make it sound like black metal. Like, take a slower song like Dreams of Eight from Satanic Warmaster. To me, that's the slowest that black metal should ever be. If it's slower than that, it's probably total boredom. That's a slower black metal song. That's still kind of heavy. It's got the good riffs in it. If all DSBM would take notes on stuff like that, I think it would be much better. Just my personal opinion on that. Now to get into some of the stuff from the videos, some stuff in the comments section, all that. So, one that I wanted to go over was the Keller Synth stuff. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically like dungeon synth mixed with house music, and to me, it's one of the biggest poser things on the face of the earth. At least with dungeon synth, it has that connection to black metal. It's used in the intros and outros. It's still cult in a way. But Keller synth, like what is that? Like some sort of new like kiddo thing, like the young TikTok crowd, because that's mostly who likes it. To me, it's just poser shit. Those guys don't know the real shit. I know they don't. I know it. But, and in terms of, like, honestly, dude, I would listen to dungeon synth before I listen to a majority of that depressive black metal. Because at least it's intriguing. It's at least, like, quality music that's not complete total boredom. Like, it's slower paced, but it's meant to be atmospheric, and it's just kind of how it is. But it's also not metal. It's not black metal. It's a separate thing that took inspiration from the themes of black metal, which technically Keller Synth did too, but it's also using that that techno stuff, which I kind of group into the category of like rap, because that's pretty much what it is. It took inspiration from hip-hop, which I think should be nowhere near the metal scene. You know my opinions on the metalcore and the new metal. And that's what we're going to be getting into next. As I was looking at some of those comments on those videos that I made about, like, calling out the deathcore and the new metal and metalcore and stuff, and I expected people to be crying their asses off because that is literally how that fan base is. But what they need to understand is what they are listening to is not real metal. They always try to defend it, like, oh, what do you mean our stuff's not metal? It's not actually metal. It takes elements of metal and mixes it in with other stuff. And that's why it's so weak. That's why I always say it, deathcore is the Bud Light of death metal, because it's just a lighter, more mainstream, modernized version of death metal mixed in with like some hardcore and some of those shitty pig squealing vocals and like other stuff. But the guys in that scene are some of the biggest posers in all of it, the core crowd and the new metal, straight up posers. And one who confirmed it was that Garza, who has a podcast, and he was on J-Dog's channel, and he confirmed it himself. He said, yeah, a lot of these guys in the deathcore scene, they only know that stuff, and they've never even heard of Deicide. It's like, yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. That is a poser. You are saying that you're in my scene, but you've never heard of Deicide. Not only do you not listen to them, or maybe not like them, but you've never even heard of them. Imagine that. And this is where we're going to get into the story time here. And this has to do with a guy that I work with. And he's another one of those guys, thinks he's into metal, wearing that silly Billy Baphomet stuff, and he listens to deathcore. I know because I walked in on it. He's always playing it on his little like speaker thing. It's about this big. It's like a little cylinder-shaped thing. It's a speaker that he carries around. He's always playing a sissy-ass deathcore. And one day I had on my True Werewolf Devil Crisis sweatshirt. And he walks up and he goes, oh, you're into metal, right? I'm like, yeah, the real shit. And he goes, oh, so that's a metal band, right? I'm like, it is. I was like, this is Werewolf, you know, the guy from Satanic War Master. Ever heard of them before, bro? Or are they heavy? Heavy as fuck. Metal as fuck. A lot heavier than that deathcore stuff you listen to. Oh, come on, man. You know that stuff's kind of heavy. No, it ain't. But, you know, it's those kind of guys, dude. Poser. How do you not know that stuff? Like, I get that not everyone is into finished black metal, and I don't expect them to be. But if you're, like, in the metal scene, like, you're in the know, like, this is your niche, something that you claim that you're really into, something like Satanic War Master or Horna, bands like that have been around for a while, they're well known at this point, I kind of expect you to at least know the name. Like, oh yeah, I've heard the name before, never listened to them. Like, yeah, that would be fine. I'd be like, oh, okay, well, maybe you should check them out. But when you give me the, never heard of that, bro, but you claim you're into metal, it's like, what do you mean? Just like that one kid at the dollar store, dude. And people tried flipping the fuck out. That's the video that actually got removed. They claimed I used hate speech in that video. I don't know how I did. I didn't even say anything that was considered hate speech, but, you know, pussy-ass modern world can literally eat my balls. But, yeah, people were ripping on me for that because he mistakes the almighty Horna. Like, dude, how do you look at a shirt like this, warrior in the background, snow, darkness, you know, the themes of black metal, man shit. How do you look at some stuff like this and then ask me if I like, you know, Slipknot or Spirit Box? Like, dude, that makes no sense. None. How do you equate this, a true black metal band, to some poser-ass mainstream shit like that? And same kind of goes for the deathcore crowd. Like that guy sees me wearing that werewolf sweatshirt and thinks that I'm going to like the deathcore stuff, like, dude, that's wimpy, watered down, fake death metal is all that is. That's a guy that I guarantee you, if I would have asked him, and I didn't because I didn't even care to, if I would have asked him, what do you think of Mortis Scald or Sinister? It would have been that same response of, yeah, never heard of them before. That's what I'm getting at, dude. I'm not trying to come off as an asshole. It's just, it's weird, as all. It's like, you say you're in my scene, you claim that you listen to metal, but the stuff that you listen to is actually not metal. It's metal influenced. So anyways, that's all I gotta say for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.